everybody. Welcome to another installment of Ramwin Parked, the show where we find car ads that are interesting, disgusting, great, terrible, okay, from the internet, and show them to you so that you don't have to look for them. I'm Cone Dodger, joined by Kurt J. Mack and ZK. Did I say that this is episode
Hi.
57? I don't think I did.
No, you didn't, but it is episode 57.
Do you really know that? Like, are you just going off of what I said, or do you actually know that?
I do, because I've been numbering my folders by like week numbers, and it's week 57.
That's the
I
most
just haven't.
Kurt J. Mack thing.
Yeah, I just haven't had the wherewithal to change the word week to episode. So,
Yeah, I mean, it is not even a weekly thing.
right.
Oh, boy. Well, we don't really have any crazy shenanigans to share other than the fact that Kurt is melting. It's been a more normal automotive adventure lately. I guess there...
Oh, well,
Yeah.
speaking of melting, just an anecdote.
Oh, no.
Well, very brief. You're making it longer by making noises. We went out yesterday. It was 118 million degrees Fahrenheit. We're coming back, and the girlfriend wanted to put on some chapstick that had been in the car, forgetting the fact that it has been 118 degrees and probably 150 inside the car while we were out, and it was a liquid. So I'm wondering, how do you get melted chapstick out of car upholstery?
You have to wait for it to get that hot again.
Yeah.
I mean,
And just rub your lips on it.
I feel like ZK would know.
Is it cloth or leather?
Cloth.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
forever.
you're screwed.
That's just a permanent feature now.
Bonus, it smells nice and it's waterproof.
Yes, Burt's Bees.
I guess
All natural.
also we haven't talked about your fender mod.
Ooh.
My fender mod?
Your fender find for one.
Oh yeah, I found a fender. A fender was found.
A fender was found. A fender was found.
Yeah, for the 280. Somebody posted that they're getting rid of parts from their parts car, and they had two fenders, and they were blue. So I contacted them and went up there. The left fender, the driver's side fender, had the same holes that mine does, so I didn't get that one. But their right-hand passenger fender was much better. Although, like, the entirety of the bottom section that I need is pretty much Bondo.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, at least it's solid.
Right, it's just like dent repair Bondo.
Right, yeah, like a magnet does not stick to it. So I suppose eventually, if I get the patch panels, I can just have both sides patched instead of, because the fender that I have that came with the Datsun is all very large holes and dents like all the way up the side.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
rough.
what happened. Yeah.
And that's why you just turned it into a Wreckfest car.
And that is why we turned it into a Wreckfest car. We were planning on going to a car show, the old school reunion, which I took the Corolla to a couple years ago. So I figured I just wanted to do something fun, so took tempera paint and had the girlfriend wanted to paint the shark mouth on the sides to go to the car show, but then the car show was completely rained out. So we ended up not going to the car show. Although it would have been amusing because all of the paint would have washed off by the time we got there.
It would have just been dripping paint off of it.
Yes.
It was really good looking, though. It looked really
it is
very accurate.
It's still on there, too.
Oh, it's still staying.
Yeah. Well, I haven't driven it much since then.
Right. I didn't know how much that stuff would, like, stay on, like, automotive paint like that, but pretty well, apparently.
Pretty well. So
maybe it's a permanent thing now.
Fun. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Okay. On with the show. Up to date. Ranwin Parked. I have a bit of a different Ranwin Parked That is the right Fiat 500. Sorry, CK. I don't think you're going to agree with that.
I'm just gonna tune out for a minute.
It's a 1968 Fiat 500. It is apparently a fun classic 68 European car that ran fine when it was parked in the garage 4 years ago. Due to a job location change, and hasn't gotten out since. Shouldn't need much of a tune-up to get it back out on the road again. Had new paint job before parking, just needs a touch-up, which is always interesting. And overall, it seems like a forgotten project. But this is like an OG Fiat 500 with the engine in the right place. If we look through the pictures, oh yeah, I had more. Has 44,000 miles on it. Have a complete original motor and a transmission in the garage, so spare parts galore. We'll be considering best offers on August 12th. The Mini Cooper beside it is sold.
But form a line.
Right.
August 12th is the date.
One of the really great things here is that they very poorly MS Paint spray painted over the license plate here. But on this one, it's still visible, and its license plate is Luigi. Oh, it's so great. It's wonderful. What a nugget. Nice cloth sunroof top. Interior is, well, it's in pieces and questionably there. Interior, sparse. It's got those crazy Corvette style, I guess, transverse leaves, I think is the words.
I didn't realize those had those.
I think only in the front, but maybe the rear too. I don't remember exactly what the back looks like, other than oily. I think these are just like little tiny air-cooled engine dealios. I don't really know much of anything about them, other than the fact they're adorable and I want it. And if the Luigi plate doesn't come with it, no deal. A very strange Ranwin Park to find.
I'm a little mad because I swear I had one of these saved that I was thinking about using this week, but I think I lost that ad. And it was the same old 500.
Weird wheels. Like the lug nuts are out here at the edge of the wheel, I guess. And then I don't know what's going on in the center there. It's like handles to pick the car up. Can't parallel park?
Oh no, it's where you wind it up.
I bet you every Fiat 500 owner ever has heard that joke.
Yeah, you gotta go in reverse a little bit, and then it'll go forward.
Man, I had thought about those toys in 20 years, Kurt. I forgot those even existed. That's good. That's a shame that the Mini Cooper sold.
It's weird that they're kind of parked half outside of the barn.
Right.
Kind of concerning. I'm hoping they pulled it out for pictures and it
Maybe,
just hasn't been.
But it's sitting on jack
protected.
stands.
Right.
And like, they're two of the smallest cars you could find. You could get 6 of these in this garage, and yet here they are, half outside. Kind of weird. Yeah, but maybe those look like those
Spiders have the inside.
Those look like those Harbor Freight jack stands that got recalled. Yeah, maybe they just wheeled it out to like take pictures or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, because they're further back in this one, huh? Yeah. All right, we've done the research. We figured it out. We got to the bottom of the matter. And Kurt J. Mack has
a 1980 custom dump.
Okay.
Yeah, for $1,900. I have heard from unnamed sources that after ramp trucks, the dump truck craze is going to hit the classic car market.
Wait. Kurt, there's some cropping here that's a little off.
What?
Today's picks.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's why I don't have a Facebook. I don't trust. They're showing me.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, get your mind out of the dump and take a look at this dump.
Even if you don't have an account, they still build a profile and give you suggested ads based on what they think you would like. Just saying.
I have a VPN, private browsing mode.
Sponsored NordVPN.
Custom-made dump that was built sometimes in the 80s for Dallas Dump. Have a title. It's a Ford 300 six-cylinder and an automatic. Ran and drove when parked 2 years ago.
Out of all the freaking things we find that don't have titles, this has a title?
It does need a paint job, or you can keep it as is for that patina.
Well, it looks like a dump, so...
Is this like an airport vehicle, or maybe an X-Crane, maybe?
It looks like a menagerie of...
No.
Usually these types of things are, like either airports or like shipyards.
We're getting further away from it.
Yeah, I know. Step away from the custom dump.
This just reminds me, I don't remember the webcomic, but they draw the people with one of the eyes is just off floating in nowhere.
I don't know what series that is, but yeah, is akin to that. Wow.
It had a matching paint job at one point.
It did, yeah. That's what kind of surprised me, that it was actually painted up nice at some point. Huh. There's your
This
dump.
is weird.
That's weird.
And it was a Ford platform?
Wait a minute.
I found another dump, but this one's free. It needs some love, but everything worked when parked. Free. No key, no title. The dump truck, the custom dump has a title, but not this one.
Not this.
It's definitely still usable, everybody. Keep that in mind.
Definitely.
Murder Shack?
That is...
And serious inquiries only for this free dump.
That is some thick moss.
Yeah.
The moss is now probably mostly the structure of the roof.
The moss grew over the top of the tarp they threw up there.
That is impressive. That is impressive.
That's a
Oh,
antique tarp.
definitely usable. Absolutely. You won't catch anything by being inside of this.
You won't catch anything. You'll catch everything.
Pictures that have a smell. This one. Yeah.
Are you catching the theme of my two random parks here?
Did Kurt do another theme?
Oh no, it's a dump and a dump. Is it a dump? Is it?
There's dumps. It's CB radio.
I swear, if Kurt's best of is just like a turd on wheels, I quit.
It's gonna be the like drivable outhouse from Wreckfest. What?
Yes.
Is this picture from the inside and this is just the air quality?
Someone just took a dump. What do you have?
The wording is just like when you look at these pictures and then definitely still usable.
Definitely.
Definitely.
So I thought this was one of those like fake or joke ads at first that you see occasionally.
No,
but they posted the pictures of the interior and everything. I think they might be serious about getting victims. I'm not quite sure yet.
Surely there's an easier way. I really dig the upholstery though. No? No?
It's some I don't know, like I was gonna say airport carpet, but that's not even right.
But more like
like grandma's airport carpet.
Maybe we're about to uncover some issues here, but like
those are pants.
the thing this brought me back to was like the furniture in an elementary school guidance counselor's office in the early 1990s.
See that? Yes.
All right. Well, before any terrible memories start flooding back, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm really intrigued by the
Memories
dump.
or diseases.
Why are
Really,
my eyes itchy?
the dump really intrigues me. I need this in my yard.
I wonder if it's street legal. I mean, it's got the headlights.
It's got a title.
side mirrors.
It's
And a
got
title.
one blinker here, and there. You just get the best finds there.
I hate
ZK.
Speaking of the best cars that someone owns, a 2001 Audi TT. Unfortunately, it's the 1.8, but they bought this Audi TT to build a death truck.
Well,
AC still works great. I started the roll cage and then got another project.
whoa. You cannot call what is going on in this picture a roll cage. That is like less than swing set size tubing.
Where do you think they got it?
This is like I don't even know what you buy this kind of metal piping for.
I was gonna say it looks like the temporary fencing at like concerts and stuff, but even that's more robust than this.
Yeah. It's bad.
Mm-hmm. Was running
This
and
is the
driving
guy.
before I parked it a couple months. It cranks, but won't start.
To say this is
Maybe-
the guy I need to make the bull bar for the 280 out of that pipe.
Right. Ugh,
Decorative. It's decorative.
decorative. So clearly it's a wrecked TT that they decided that they could make their own death cart with.
Yeah, which
I think these are the rear shocks that are mounted to nothing yet.
yeah, I think you're right.
And like, listen, I am nobody to speak about the quality of anybody's welds, but I can speak about these. If the tubing wasn't bad enough, this has to be like a teenager, right? Like that just didn't understand. This ain't right?
I don't know. Like, I feel like even me as a teenager with my plans of turning a 240 into a truck were better than this.
Maybe.
This vehicle has no significant damage or problems.
Clean title.
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite a find there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they don't even have headlights for you.
No, I mean, it's the wrong generation, but
I know.
still.
Which
It's got nothing. It's nothing.
it's the 1.8, which makes sense as to why it doesn't work.
It is the 5-valve 1.8, though, which is apparently the better of those engines. Still kind of a nightmare, but it's a decent
Does
engine.
your car have an intake like that too? What
Down
is
in
going
the
on there?
No, it certainly doesn't. That is very much so a like, how do I hydrolock an engine intake?
No, that's the intercooler. Okay.
Oh, you're right. I forgot these are turbo. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Crisis averted. Yeah, the intake's over here.
Mhm.
Okay. Well. Oh no, they've also ruined a Del Sol, haven't they?
They're gonna make their death truck one way or another. You won't be the one to stop them.
Somebody take the tools away from them.
Sir,
Please.
put down the welder.
I don't know that was a welder. It might have been a hot glue gun. All right, let's move on to some ads that we find that are interesting vehicles that we wouldn't mind purchasing. Mine gives me Gran Turismo vibes. This is a 1994 Celica GT4 WRC. If that sounds like a lot of name, the price also tells you it's a lot of name. I really like that Facebook is like, we would value these somewhere in the $1,700 to $3,100 range. asking 19.5. Yeah, but these are exceptionally rare and pretty much, other than it's the cream of the crop of non-rear-wheel drive Celicas to me. It's like, we never got a GT4. We got the All-Tracks, which is like a GT4 light, but this is the full-on WRC homologation special. Like, this is...
I was going to say, because they had the GT4, and then wasn't the WRC like a special on top of that?
Yeah, this is an exceptionally rare car with you know, just every trick they could throw at him for the street version. It's really not a fast car or anything crazy, but it's still really cool. It's got this just remarkable factory wing on it. Absolutely remarkable. And I love the era correct, extremely large stainless fart can.
I was about to say, that's almost as impressive as the wing.
I think the big thing in the era was to, like, because they were muffler size. Like, the mufflers have gotten a lot smaller recently, but they used to be huge, and you would just put it 90 degrees. And I see this on Z's quite a bit too, where you lay the muffler like it's a rectangular oval muffler, and you lay it up vertically. And I think that's the case here. I see it on the Z's a bunch where you do a vertical muffler, but it's a twin outlet, and they're like stacked up and down.
Well, that's the way the stock one is,
Just
vertical like that.
Yeah.
Like the only space that they have there right next to the gas tank.
You got your 3S GTE, I think, shoehorned into there.
Yeah. There is zero room in that engine.
Zero room, because it leans back to the firewall. It's a nightmare. Can you believe this thing's in a Mini?
I was going to say, that's this, right?
Yeah, this is the engine that they are putting in the Mini on Project Binky. That's there.
Yeah, no wonder they had to move the alternator and stuff to the other side.
They are insane. Absolutely insane. These always had the most Spartan and kind of plain interiors to them, but they still had that like cockpit style where everything was driver focused. I don't know what this is on the passenger
Is that
footwell.
a CD changer?
Maybe. Yeah, I guess that would
That'd be
make
weird.
sense.
Usually they put them in the trunk or something, though.
Yeah. The factory style like Recaro seats have faded a bit, but other than that, the car's in really nice shape. Of
They
course,
say
there's-
90,000 miles. They mean 90,000 kilometers?
probably.
Because I was going to say 90K on one of these would be impressive. Like, you go whoever put those miles on this car.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those cars that I would list this as a dream car because it's like, I don't know. I have so many memories of the Gran Turismo cars, and this was like the go-to rally car. I guess GT4 is when they were doing the rally stuff more heavily, but maybe it was GT2. I have to rack my brain if GT2.
I don't remember myself.
I think GT2 did have the rally, but the Castrol Celica, you know, that was like the rally car for me. Anyway, I know a lot of people were always like the Subaru, but what kind of losers like Subarus, right? I really like it. I don't know that I'd ever have $20,000 to throw at a car like this, but I guess it's probably, if this was a Bringer trailer car, it'd probably be more than that. We'll see. It'd probably be on Bringer trailer before you know it.
You should buy it and flip it.
Flip it. Then it won't be worth anything. Kurt.
Boy, do I have a mistake for you. A 1972 Lotus Europa TC for only $9,500.
Bargain.
It's a bargain. 72 Lotus Europa twin cam 4-speed. It's a project. The engine is stuck from not starting for several years and moisture getting in. It's a solid project with some new parts. For example, windshield, wood dash, dash pad, console, radiator, distributor. If the ad is up, it's still available. These are just neat and ridiculous.
Gosh, they're ridiculous. I like that the word ridiculous exists so that we can use it instead of ugly. uh, what a bold claim. What a bold idea. What a bold thought to like actually execute on this rear end. Oh, and then the door proportions.
I know it's so good.
It looks
It
like
is
it's
very good.
impossible to get into too. Like that door is so small.
And it
And so
wraps
far
around.
forward.
Right. Oh boy. Hey, but it's got a club. Safe. That's the new wood dash, huh?
No, it just comes with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
they
comes
just
with
bought,
it.
they didn't install it. Bought the
Gotcha.
parts.
Gotcha.
Look up. Look how high the shifter is. I
Yeah.
guess it's because it's a tiny car.
That would be pretty
And all
bizarre,
the-
though. Like your shoulder's gonna
Yeah.
be more than 90 degrees. I feel.
Just looking at the pad on the center there.
I made my rotator cuff hurt just thinking about it. See, it's a shame because from the front, pretty attractive automobile. Not bad. But
So
ooh,
I don't know a lot about these. Why is it the way it is? Is it the engine? The engine's in the back, right?
the engine's in the back
Yes.
and it's a longitudinal. It's not transverse
Yeah.
mid. But why didn't they make it a hatch like every other mid-engine car? Lotus. There's your frunk.
Oh, that's the frunk. Oh, the good old water bags.
Yeah.
Good old water bag.
All right, someone write that down. The good old water bags. And your radiator. There's another engine shot. I'm pretty sure it's longitudinal, right? I seem to recall.
What am I looking at?
I don't know what the hell this is.
Has fallen askew there.
I don't know. If there's a Lotus buff out there, I would love to know what I'm looking at there.
Yeah, I can't. I have zero idea.
The only thing I could think of was like shifter linkage, but like that's so thick. That's thicker than that roll cage was.
I'm looking at one that was on Bring a Trailer, and that's a thing. That is the shift linkage.
You're kidding me. How hard is it
Yeah.
to shift this thing?
Cone, you got a scale here. That's only like a
Fair.
3/4 or half an inch thick.
Fair. I appreciate the trumpeted exhaust. Trumpet exhaust is something not used enough these days. This picture makes
Oh,
it look
is it-
huge.
Was it a swing
much
arm
legroom?
or-
Looks like it. With the way
Yeah.
that CV axle is.
Or universal, not CV? Yeah. Maybe it's CV on the outside. I don't know how those work.
I thought $9,000 was not bad. Now I think it's pretty bad. Huh.
I would
there's-
I would appreciate a go in one of these. That's decent. I
Yeah.
don't think I'd want to own one.
No. I mean, they have a lot of the parts to get it nice again. But if you don't park it like the right way in the driveway, you're going to have to see this every morning. It's just it feels like a shame because if it was just connected roof to butt, I feel like it wouldn't be so bad.
Well, sir, let me introduce you to this concept known as fiberglass.
Well, the whole thing is fiberglass to begin with, I'm pretty sure. So, I guess you just keep tacking it on, right? Interesting.
But your dreams become
phone
true.
number of the guy with that Audi, and he'll weld up some tubes.
Please no. Please no. That was the thing.
That is a thing.
ZK.
A 1989 Ford Probe GT.
Why I oughta. I legitimately picked that one as my mistake I'd make but then I realized that it's nowhere near me, so I thought I was kind of disqualified. And then you sent me this much cheaper one, so I switched to the Lotus.
I didn't know there was such a hot probe competition going on.
Well, you say it's cheaper, but they're looking to trade for a van only. Sorry. They were building an Auto X
camper
car.
van? Like a free camper van, maybe?
It's very usable.
You might get yourself, what is it, the yellow paperclip or whatever that thing is? Red paperclip?
What?
Anyway, it's a Craigslist thing. Don't worry about it. So yeah, they were going to build an autocross car, or we're in the midst of it, and I think we've discussed this before, that this was contemporary with the 240SX.
It was better reviewed than the 240SX.
Exactly. It was the better car, and now they're falling apart and worthless for listed $2,800.
Me too.
Meanwhile, a 240 in
Right.
twice as rough shape is 3 times the price.
It is a
Car
shame.
has no carpet, little rust, e-brake needs to be hooked up. Basically, it's a project.
A project, but not like a disaster project.
Yeah, and it's the turbo.
Oh, I didn't know it was a turbo.
Yeah, there were like 2 generations of the probe. One of them, the GT, was the V6, and the other one was a turbo 2.2 liter, something like that.
That's a dash design right there. That's a steering wheel design right there.
I like you like the little face. It's like the guy from
Like the... Oh, you talking about
Clamps?
the... Yeah!
The Futurama guy?
Futurama guy.
Clamps.
Clamps.
yeah.
Uh,
I was gonna say the guy from Daft Punk. That's where my brain was. Sorry.
oh, okay.
What's that say?
It's going straight.
It goes great. That's a pretty good one.
I really like the body style of these.
I do too, and like as far like similar to like the 240 hatch, it looks really practical, but like kind of fun at the same time. You got pop-ups. I like the design better than. I think I like them better than what 240s look like.
I don't know if I can... I think the 240 has aged a little bit better. But these now have the like, oh good, Travis Pastrana has signed it. Then it's worth all the monies.
Yeah.
I
don't know what's up with that.
I feel like these aged better now that like the whole rad culture is a thing. But 10 years ago, you looked at these and you were like, oh god, the 80s.
Actually, I don't know if this one is turbo.
It looks like it should be because the intake goes down and then come back up.
Yeah.
But as you can see on this valve cover, this is a Mazda, mostly.
Yes, and interestingly, it's basically the exact same block as the engine in the Mazda B2200, the little pickup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was always like the idea is like you could just quote unquote swap in one of these engines into those trucks and have a turbo 2.2 liter.
I think they were
12
kinda,
valve versus 8 valve.
I think they were kind of nuisances, though. I remember them not standing up very well engine-wise.
I don't remember that. The reason people didn't do it is because, well, the distributor is inside their firewall and the coolant lines go the wrong direction and that sort of thing.
You seem to have more probes.
Yeah, this is the one that Kurt sent me earlier. So if that one is too rough for you for $5,000 near Kurt, you could have one that is one owner, 0 rust, garage kept, runs and drives like new. And it's the same color.
Yeah.
And it's just 100% stock.
Right. 2.2 liter turbo.
Radwood events are back. There you go.
There you go.
There's your entry.
That's a rad winner. Well, maybe. I don't know why I like the other one more. I guess because it's dumped.
Yeah.
And no, this one's got
the wheels are
spoiler,
pretty
too.
good.
Yeah, the wheels.
I mean, the fitment is, I don't know. It's like hood rat.
Right.
Like in a good way.
And I think this has hubcaps looking at them.
Maybe? I don't know.
You see the
probably stock.
You
Yeah.
see the steel wheel behind it.
Mhm.
5,000 seems like a stretch, but I don't know.
But it is also, it looks in basically perfect shape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Huh. I never thought I would appreciate a probe. End of statement.
Let alone 2 probes in one day.
I mean, never mind. Mildly interesting car auctions from the internet. So I've taken over Cars and Bids too. I didn't tell you. I own it now.
Yeah. Oh, then.
Oh, well, then I need to
Douglas.
start getting some royalties or something. You need to start paying me.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Rad did have they have one of those Nissan Sunny pickups that hasn't been bid on, and I've had like 4 of those on the show at this point, so I felt a little redundant. However, Cars and Bids has another one of my Gran Turismo hero cars, the Grand Sport Corvette of the C4 vintage. Unfortunately, Doug says this is one of his favorite Corvettes, which does lower my desirability factor. But I did always like it was weird because Gran Turismo 2 had a very, very limited North America car selection, and it was usually like very outdated. Like I think that game came out in we keep saying this and we forget the years, but it was like 99, something like that. And the newest Corvette they had was like a 96. So I don't know why they never got like, I guess at the time it wasn't logistically possible to scan all American cars, whatever.
So Grand Sport, huh?
The Grand Sport or Grand Sport? Grand Sport? Grand Sport.
I don't know if it actually...
I don't know. But either way...
Grande Sport Day.
It is not a ZR1, basically. So it has it has an LT4, which is the spicier LT motor, but it's not the dual overhead cam one. They are manual, and it does have like suspension packages and stuff like that. So they're not crazy money, and they're all blue, and they all have these red stripes over the fender. I never really liked C4s, but this one I do like.
And historically, the Grand Sport is like the one to buy.
Yeah, it's like
it's not the super crazy ZR1 or whatever, but it's got all the nice stuff.
It's the best performing but still drivable Corvette you can get.
Yeah. Although the dual overhead cam engine is something that's like one of those stupid ideas, like put that in the Buick. That'd be fun.
Good luck finding one.
Yeah, I looked. They're impossible.
This doesn't have the digital dash. The digital dash on a C4 is wild. This has the more simplified, like it has a digital center and then regular gauges on the sides, but they're still pretty cool in the way that they're laid out.
For 96 though, like a digital speedometer, that's pretty cool. Like
it's neat. It's just not as like the actual full digital one on the early C4s. It's just madness. I'm sure they don't work at all. One thing that is annoying, I have driven a few C4s. Do you see the way this tunnel is? Like the transmission tunnel?
Mm-hmm. So you have to bend your ankle around it to get to the gas pedal?
Yeah. Basically, they expect you to have a curved leg to drive one of these things.
Who says I don't?
It's really uncomfortable. It's definitely one of the more uncomfortable cars I've ever driven. But I could deal with it. It's kind of it's definitely not as wild looking, but still, I'm not as scared of the LT engines as I used to be. I used to be very fearful of them, but ZK has helped me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, it's like on one hand, I understand it. I think it was just like GM's kind of first ground up, like in like 30 years, engines and, full EFI, not throttle body or whatever.
Right. But it also introduced a lot of things that were complicated in the way they got them done.
Kind of. It's like teething problems, basically. I don't know. It's like, but at this point, all the LT issues are long figured out. And they're like, oh yeah, just use this part and it's fixed.
I don't think, like, I don't know what kind of money this is going to go for. It just started, but I
You'll
don't.
have to update us next week.
Yeah, I don't think I would pay more for this than I would an RT10 Viper, though. You know what I mean?
I feel like the Viper is more special.
It's more special, and if I was gonna have, like, if I was gonna lean into midlife crisis fully, like, I want the article to write that ended in a Viper, not in a Corvette. Kurt.
All the weird cars I'm bringing you today.
No kidding.
On Bring a Trailer, a 1974 Bricklin SV1. I saw one of these at a car show, like the first time I ever saw one, and I couldn't stop myself from saying out loud in front of the owner, "Boy, that's ugly." Because it's a very ugly car.
I'm sure they get that a lot, but it's still hilarious.
It's like
You know,
it's all wrong. The proportions are just not right.
As the one who is like, no, I like it. No, it's ugly.
It's like the cockpit is like too squashed upward, and
It's like
the
they
headlights are
were
too close together, and it's got that
preparing
duck
us.
mill.
So it's got the front wedge of like an old Ferrari. It's got the front fenders off a Corvette. It's got the midsection off of a Z, and the rear end of a DeLorean.
And it's all like, what were those called? The AMC Eagle, like the tall cars. It's like that proportioned in its height scale. Yeah.
Hmm?
Why?
Yeah, the rear looks like a 280ZX too, or like the taillights.
Yeah. Canadian, right? Isn't this like a Canadian car company?
Canadian, Mr. Bricklin, who is like, I don't know what I would even compare him to. Like, who's like an unsuccessful but keeps trying at something over and over again in a different industry.
Me? Those might actually be 280Z taillight. No, because this is too
Maybe.
old. I don't know. They look very Z-like, though.
Mm.
From the very front, it's not bad.
Are you sure?
I'm
It looks
sure.
like it's
No.
eating another car.
I like that. I like
Almost
that.
done.
The pop-ups are bad, though.
Yeah.
Why do they put circle? Why?
Because
I'm
it's
pretty
old.
sure they had.
It's a 74. Yeah, those have got to be 280Z taillights. They have to be. But it's got gull wings.
It's got gull wings.
Did the one that you looked at have body panels that not a single one of them fit to? Like,
I don't. This was many years ago. I don't remember.
They
but
always just look absolutely falling apart. Like, they just never fit anywhere. Safety latch.
you got the safety latch so you don't accidentally open the doors while you're driving.
It's got a big old
It was
Smog
like a
era.
360, I think it said.
Yeah, AMC.
Yeah, and it had like a 3-speed.
So
So this is.
and it's like straight axle. Like, it's not like an exotic, push rod suspension or anything.
They're front engined.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. This is like Mr. Bricklin saw what a Pantera was. It's like, I could build one of those.
Oh. Now
You know
I'm
what
interested.
Bricklin did before then?
You're kidding me.
Bricklin was responsible for creating Subaru USA and imported the Subaru 360, which we've had before on the show. But I know
Another
they like,
bold idea.
yes, like I said, he keeps trying things and failing. So this like popped up, I think soon after the Bricklin did. So I'm like, themes. Malcolm Bricklin, that's his name. So yeah, he brought the Subaru was his first thing. Is he brought the Subaru 360, and all of its like 18 horsepower, to the United States, which failed, but now they're
But-
hard to find old Subarus.
Didn't they sell a bunch of them though? Like,
I don't think they sold a bunch of them here. I think they
All
sold
I
a
know
bunch
is-
of them in Japan.
Mhm.
all I know is I know a field in Texas that has like 6 of these in it, like rotted away.
How do you know a field?
Just you know, ask their name.
Mm.
Yeah, these are something with their backwards doors. They are something.
Couldn't. Yeah. This one. Speaking of failures, was reserve not met. I think it said at
Oh.
16,000.
Whoa.
The
Apparently-
uh,
Wow.
go on.
No, apparently they're worth a lot more than I expected.
The Bricklin was also reserve not met.
Oh,
11,000.
that's believable.
Yeah, that's believable. And
How
I
much was
couldn't
it
find
new?
one. How much were they new?
Yeah, they gotta have been like super expensive.
Yeah.
There
Low
was
production.
only 2,000 made.
Acrylic resin body.
Can't
It's
see
it's
product.
more a kit car than it is like a production car for sure.
Yeah, which you could sort of do back then.
Mm-hmm. We just wish they hadn't.
We just wish they hadn't. Bricklin was also responsible for importing Yugo cars to the United States.
Wow.
Another beloved automobile.
ZK.
History lesson.
For something completely different, a 2013 other car, Coda All Electric. So apparently in 2013, I think, and 14 maybe, there was a failed electric car company who sold the Coda. If you don't quite know, yeah. So, this was it got released a year and a half after the Chevy Volt,
Oh.
and it had like 120 horsepower.
Like I just like visually, I hadn't really looked at the ad very close, and I was like, this is what, like a 2002, 2003?
Yeah, and that was apparently one of the things that it didn't sell because it just looked like an old car.
I like the description.
Yeah, this is a 2013
Returns.
Coda electric car. Ignition comes on. Will not drive, needs work. Drove when purchased. Hybrid battery needs service. Passenger window needs replaced. Needs to be towed. Sold as is. No returns.
No returns. Oh,
So it sold for $570 with 7 bids.
hey, that's a price.
They sold it. They
Right.
actually sold it.
Yeah.
They got money for this car.
Somebody has a hell of a project now. Gosh, it's so. Is there more pictures of? No, yeah. It looks
No,
like a 2003 Kia, basically.
Yeah, I did include a picture of like a stock photo.
Oh, this interior though.
Oh,
Yeah, it both isn't bad. Like it's dirty, but it looks like a 2002, 2010 Kia.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell like they tried with this. Like they tried. Ooh, do you see
Yeah.
that knob in the BMWs that everybody hates? We should make that.
It's just
Oh.
weird that they tried after they were a thing. Like what year did the like sure it's all electric, but like what year did the Prius come out in?
Right. Yeah, it's certainly a bit late.
Yeah. So I think they only sold them for 2 years or something like that, and obviously they failed. I hadn't ever heard of one. I was like, oh, that's something made up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing some research today, and I found this article on Green Car Reports, and so this lovely fellow of Anthony Ingram had talked about in 2014 how you could get one basically brand new with a failed bid on eBay of $14,000.
Huh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I found this today. I found this ad several months ago, actually.
This picture of Ant is great. Oops, I
know.
I just deleted it. That's pretty good.
I just found it in 2013. It was a contender for the Motor Trend Car of the Year.
Oh my.
So
I hope they did like all the like.
not throw all of automotive journalism under the bus.
I hope they did like some like 0 to 60 testing and stuff like that with it.
Yeah, there was more of the article. I don't want to steal all of the content.
Right,
but
right. Please go read this Green Car Reports article from February 25th, 2014.
About a defunct car
I'm
company.
sure Ant will see the profits from that.
The ad share revenue. It did get 2 stars front driver safety from the NHSTA. And,
Hey, that's more than one.
This is true.
More than one. Wow. Huh. I relate the glider word. Huh. Good find. Good find.
Apparently $38,000 new. Ugh.
Foof. Foof. Nice try. All right, it's time for the best finds of the week. And that means reviewing last episode's best finds of the week, where Kurt had the Bill Elliott special go-kart and theme overall. ZK had the Nash and a half. And
Thanks. I appreciate that.
And I had quite possibly the worst thing I have ever seen done to any automobile. Honestly, it was bad.
You know what? That looks like the Lotus. It looks like the Lotus now that I'm remembering.
It looks this is what the Lotus should look like. Like the back should just keep going like that. And I think this might be a first, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we've had one before. It's a tie between myself and ZK. I thought the Kurt Bill Elliott special was going to be a blowout win.
All that work I put into my theme episodes.
Apparently, not a lot of Bill Elliott fans, Kurt. Try Jeff Gordon next time. Maybe that'll work out better for you. 39 votes for Kurt, 55 each for me and ZK. Do we share the trophy that doesn't exist? How does this work?
Yeah, I'll mail you half of it.
Thanks. I'll put it in the other half of an ash. For this week, my best find is quite possibly the best Ranwin Park find ever. It is the Master Ride. I'm selling a Master Ride on trowel machine, was running Wind Park, asking 1800 OBO. That's the title of the ad. Please read the ad. Master Ride on trowel machine. I was told it was running Wind Park. Been sitting in the shop. Motor will turn over. That's all I know. Price to sale. Post will be taken down when sold. I always go for the Ranwin Park as a search inquiry. This was quite a surprise. Quite a surprise.
I've always wondered how these work, and so far as like the how do you make it go forward or backwards?
I don't know. Anytime I've seen them in action, it seems very much so like you're because it rides on the like trowels, like it rides on the pads, front and back. And the lever, as far as I can tell, all it does is disconnect power to like the back one, which causes you to rotate. So basically you're just at the mercy of the rotation of the thing. And it always does seem very on the edge of out of control. And hilariously dangerous, but yet
For those at home that aren't aware what these are, you use them to like smooth out concrete, basically.
Yeah, it's like the last step of smoothing the concrete out when it's setting.
Yeah. You just ride one of these around the pad to smooth it out.
Pretty much.
You kind of like float on it. It's real weird looking. You should Google this.
There's also there's really good videos of them. Like there's some that are like just handheld, and you kind of like scoot them around, and sometimes they like if the trowels stick, the rotational energy is still going, and you're holding onto the handles, and it will just take you and spin you around like a carousel, and they go crazy and out of control. And I really hope that happens with these two. Like I really hope that somebody's just had like a real wild ride on one of these things.
That's what the bucket's for in the back.
It's a custom dump. I'm going to say this for my friends in the comments. I'm not the only one who thought it was a hovercraft, right? At first glance.
Maybe if you spin that thing up real fast, put a little pitch on those blades.
There's some wild things people are making these days in the back sheds, so...
I mean, Colin Furs made one that looks sort of like this.
That made my night. Kurt!
Speaking of Bricklin, remember that Subaru 360 we just saw that didn't sell for $16,000 on Bring a Trailer? How about for $7,900 you could have this modified 1971 Subaru 360?
Wait, this is a real car?
Look at the size of the Mustang in the background.
Holy crap! I thought this was a toy. I thought this was a child's toy. Wow.
I mean, it could be. Depends on how big your child is. It's originally 6,128-mile drivetrain, runs and drives, but will need brakes and a good going through to be roadworthy. The top has been cut off and assorted other modifications to create a fun summer look.
Oh,
Make no mistake, this car retains a lot of its factory OEM parts and character, and would be an excellent donor car for your actual, like, one that you care about, Subaru 360.
He said he was going to put on Bring a Trailer?
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he? That was the other thing.
Bring it back to factory specs. What?
Just find a top, weld it back in.
No. Make an excellent parts car for your 360.
Oh,
then you sell on
Bring
a Trailer.
I really thought this was I thought this was the size of like the Bill Elliott car from last episode. That blew my mind when you were like, "No, look at the cars."
Really tall person taking the picture.
Maybe. Kurt's always got these weird perspective photos that break my brain. Why?
Exactly.
Why?
The smallest steering wheel?
It's very tiny.
Small, fun summer fun.
I want to see, this gives me better perspective of like,
it's
tiny.
Still small.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It's like the size of the Fiat that you had at the beginning.
But if I had been introduced with this picture, I would be like, yes, that's just a chopped up 360. I thought it was like a 360 looking go-kart.
Yeah.
How's the welding on that roll bar?
Better than the TTs. I would trust this more than the cage in that TT.
So this makes me think someone saw like the Fiat 500 Jolly and was like, I want that. And then put a Jeep windshield on it.
This does not bring me joy.
Is that a Jeep windshield? It looks like it folds down.
Yeah, it's got hinges right there. Hey, is that Ant's car? You got his article, you got his car. We're hunting him down. What a thing. What's with the... Oh, these are extra taillights. This is where the regular taillights are? I guess. We just looked at
Yes,
one.
I'm looking at a stock one, and yes.
Hmm.
They might have had to add those for like the USDM requirements for like not having the taillights on the ground below the bumper line.
Oh, they cut the sides. Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I want to say it's a shame, but I don't even know if it's that. ZK.
1950 Chevrolet panel wagon 4x4, $17,500.
How's your tongue?
So it's a 50 Chevy panel wagon, which are cool. It's on a 75 Blazer frame and then lifted, and it has a 454 with headers and big cams, and apparently it's won several burnout contests. LOL.
Oh. Huh. Well, they kind of took a 50s panel wagon and did the least cool thing possible with it. In my opinion. Sorry,
yeah.
Donnie.
Although there is some brilliant workmanship here. I don't know if we can see it in this picture, but it has a, let's call it body lift.
Oh no. This is a confusing picture here. You put headlights right there, I'd be like, oh yeah. I'm seeing what you mean now. Oh, these wheels.
I know, they got the stupid AutoZone truck wheels. I hate them.
I honestly think the wheels are what make me hate it the most.
Or discount tire, rather.
Right. There's an engine down there.
It's like, how do you make a 454 look small?
Right. Yep, you got the out of the junkyard collection of random seats inside.
You have the luxury plywood flooring.
Hey, it's big money.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's some added value these days.
But we painted the engine green. It's Gravedigger.
Yeah, that's
what I was
where I was
about to
going
say.
with. This is basically a knockoff Gravedigger, like a dollar store Gravedigger.
I want a Gravedigger. We have a Gravedigger at home.
And here on the left, you can see what I mean by the body lift.
Yeah. Piece of tube with a piece of tube stacked on it, and then the body.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It's really bad. The body's so cool, though. It's a shame. You know that body would look really cool on the ground, too, right?
Yes. It's either got to be tall or nothing there. Like, it's got to be slammed.
Right.
But I always do like seeing headers through the fender well.
It's not bad. Not a bad look. Thoughts, Kurt?
I was thinking Gravedigger the whole time, and just like a halfway house Gravedigger.
House Gravedigger.
It's very sad.
This is your Gravedigger. This is your Gravedigger on meth.
Oh boy! So your choices for best find is the hovercraft Ranwin Park Special, the Jolly 360, or the halfway house Gravedigger. Please do vote in the straw poll below so we can find out which of the three of us had the best find of the episode. That concludes this episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good old water bags.